We are at a point now where the Democrat Party is so pathetic that of all the realistic options for them in 2028, their best recruit might be Gavin Newsom, which sounds absolutely crazy, I know. The guy's the governor of California, which everyone knows is a dump, and the vast majority of people hate his guts. But of all the Democrats that might run in 2028, of the realistic options, Gavin Newsom might be their best recruit, which I can't get over. I mean, imagine saying that a couple of years ago where, yeah, Gavin Newsom, of all people, could be the Democrats' best chance at winning 2028. Now, I still think at the end of the day, if Newsom were to somehow win the primary, which I don't think he can, I mean, the Democrat base will never elect Gavin Newsom. But if he somehow got past the primary, I don't see him winning. I mean, does anyone really think voters in Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, do you think they're going to vote for the California governor? The guy that turned California into a dump? I don't think so. But at the same time, I really believe that Gavin Newsom is their best choice. Just for the simple fact that of all the Democrats that might be running in 2028, it seems like he's the only one that is at least pretending to moderate.
The young man who's about to win the state championship in the long jump in female sports,
right.
that shouldn't happen. You as the governor should step out and say no.
No, and I appreciate.
But like, would you do something like that? Would you say no men in female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that.
Now, I don't think he's telling the truth. I don't think he's had this sudden change of heart, which I guess it's technically possible he did. But guys, there's a 99.9% chance this sudden change of heart is BS. But at the bare minimum, he understands that, oh yeah, the Democrat Party, it's a mess right now. It's a complete joke. And just a little while ago, he said, hey, the Democrat brand, it's toxic. And he's been saying a bunch of stuff like this recently, which has fueled speculation that he is probably running in 2028. Governor Gavin Newsom of California said on Friday that the Democratic brand was toxic and that his party had to admit its own mistakes, delivering tough love as Democrats struggle in their fight against the Trump administration, which he might be the first Democrat that anyone cares about that actually said this. I mean, has there been a single Democrat, I don't care, in Congress, in the Senate, any other governor to say this? Again, I think he's full of crap. I think the stuff he's saying now, he's only saying it because he wants to be president. And he understands that, oh yeah, this party's a joke. The average American hates the Democrat Party. But just like he's smart enough to realize that. He's the only one to understand that, hey, maybe we gotta remake this party. Maybe the image of the party is so toxic that we gotta blow it up and restart. Mr. Newsom, once considered a liberal combatant, has embarked on a political soul search in the months since Trump won the White House and Republicans won both houses of Congress. On Friday, he used the strongest language yet to criticize his own party. The Democratic brand is toxic right now, he said, pointing to a recent NBC News poll that showed Democrats with a 26 or 27% favorability rating, the lowest in at least a generation, probably since Reagan, probably before that. I mean, a 27% favorability for Democrats? Really? That number has always been above 40% at a bare minimum. Even in the years they were unpopular, you still had like 40 to 45% of people say, yeah, we're fine with the Democrat Party, they're just not the best. But now it's so bad that it continues to crash and burn every single day. It gets lower and lower and lower. Mr. Newsom, a possible 2028 presidential candidate, blamed his fellow Democrats for his party's woes. He criticized Democrats for being judgmental, stand in an echo chamber, and use a cancel culture, which, I mean, he's not wrong. This is part of the reason Democrats have lost everything. Guys, when you call the majority of people racist, sexist, Nazis, whatever you want to call everybody, yeah, these people are not going to vote for you. Why do you think Trump won the popular vote by a couple points? Why do you think he won all the swing states? It's as if calling half the country racist, sexist, anything bad for years at some point is gonna blow up in your face. And that's what happened. And now, they're not just attacking white people now. No, they're attacking Hispanics, African Americans, Asians. They're attacking everybody that even remotely says, hey, maybe we should moderate a little bit. Oh, no, you're a racist for saying that. That's the Democrat Party. And Newsom's right. That's part of the reason. Now, there's other reasons why they suck. I mean, guys, on the issues, the vast majority of the stances Democrats take, it's just unpopular. But at the bare minimum, Newsom is kind of acknowledging that, yeah, maybe it was a bad idea to call half the country racist 100 times over, because now these people will never vote for you. We talk down to people, he said. We talk past people. Again, he's not wrong, but this guy was involved with this for years. And now he has this sudden change of heart? I don't think so. I don't think that he's telling the truth here. I still think deep down he's the same Democrat that he was a couple months ago. Mr. Newsom this month launched a new podcast, This is Gavin Newsom, on which he has interviewed guests from across the political spectrum to discuss in part what went wrong for Democrats in the 2024 elections. Early episodes featured conversations with Charlie Kirk, who led the youth organization Turning Point USA, and Steve Bannon, which, I mean, those are some big names on the right. And I don't know why Kirk and Bannon went on the show. Guys, when you go on Gavin Newsom's podcast, you're giving him credibility. Like, listen, I understand the idea of, trying to own the libs. I get that. Like, haha, own the libs. But when you go on Gavin Newsom's crappy podcast, you're giving him credibility. You're giving him attention. And you're making him seem like a moderate. I mean, he's saying stuff like, yeah, I never supported the transgender stuff. I mean, that's what he said. With Charlie Kirk, he was saying that. It's like, what? For years, you were a big proponent of the transgender stuff. But now you're against it? You're full of crap. Those guests in particular drew fierce criticism from Mr. Newsom's liberal allies, who accused the governor of legitimizing right-wing views and failing to correct inaccuracies expressed by his guests. This idea that we can't even have a conversation with the other side, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Newsom's right. Newsom's right. I cannot believe I'm defending this guy. The Democrats are so deranged that we're at a point now where I am agreeing with Gavin Newsom. Imagine saying that a couple years ago. Again, he's full of crap. I have to be clear about that. But he is right. This is why you guys are losing. You keep censoring the right, and you're becoming more and more unpopular, while the right is becoming more and more popular. Guys, people like Charlie Kirk, what they support and say is supported by the vast majority of Americans. That's a fact. You gotta wake up, guys. Your party is dying. And now you're so pathetic. You're to a point now where you're attacking Gavin Newsom for having a conversation with Charlie Kirk. Gee, I wonder why you're losing. And that's a big problem for Newsom in 2028. His party is so radicalized that I don't think he can win the nomination. I don't think he can. Because, yeah, he's trying to pivot to being a fake moderate, but the problem is, his party is so deranged that I don't think it's even possible for him to win the nomination. Because the voters are going to say, he is supporting Charlie Kirk and these right-wing nut jobs. We have to vote for a true progressive or some crap like that. That's what's going to happen. That's a problem Democrats have. And already, we're actually seeing this in the polling right now. Look at this. Gavin Newsom, according to Morning Consult, which I know they're not the best pollster, but this is the most updated poll. He's at 5%. He is at 5%. He's tied with Tim Walz and AOC. He's behind Pete Buttigieg. He's behind Kamala Harris. Other polls, same deal. He's in third place at best. Best case scenario, Gavin Newsom, who everyone knows, this isn't a name recognition thing, all right? Everyone knows who Gavin Newsom is behind Pete frickin' Buttigieg. And in some polls, he's behind even AOC and even Tim Walz. Yeah, that's a great sign. The one Democrat that, again, he's full of crap, but he kind of understands that his party is too radical, they're too toxic, they got to rebrand now. No, that's too extreme for Democrats. They're going to keep tripling down on people like Harris, like Pete Buttigieg, like AOC. I mean, this is pathetic. If the Democrat Party was smart, they would pick, I can't believe I'm saying this, but they would pick Gavin Newsom. At this point, he's the only one that's demonstrating that, hey, we gotta change now. He's the only one that demonstrates he has a brain, or at least pretends to. At this point, all he is doing is look at the polling, and he realized, oh shit, our polling is so bad that we might lose 2026. And if you lose 2026, how the hell do you think you're going to win 2028? How? With this week of a bench and Republicans already getting behind JD Vance. I know people are saying, oh, Trump's going to run again. I doubt it. I think Trump's bullshitting everybody. It's going to be Vance. Why else did Trump pick Vance in 2024? He wanted his successor. So it's going to be JD Vance, and he's going to win the primary very easily. This idea it's going to be someone else, that's BS. It's not going to happen. More than likely, JD Vance will be the nominee in 2028. As for Democrats, right now, they're stuck with, let's see here, Pete Buttigieg, Harris, Ruben Gallego. Let's just keep going. Chris Murphy, Gavin Newsom. Man, what a great list of winners. Seriously, these are your choices. Nearly every single one of these choices would get crushed. And the only one that would stop the floor from caving in, Josh Shapiro, would never win a nomination. Because guess what? He's Jewish. And the Democrat Party, we all know, they've gone off the freaking rails on that issue. So at this point, who the Democrats got? I don't think a single person on this list could even win a general. That's the Democrat Party right now. They have nobody. Again, it's very early, I get that. But does anyone think that Pete Buttigieg can win a general? Anyone think that Harris could win? No. None of these people can win. So at this point, might as well run Newsom. If you're the Democrat Party, you might as well. Because at least he's kind of realizing, at least pretending to realize, that his party is too radical. We gotta moderate on some issues. At least he's saying it. Again, I don't think he believes it, but he is at least saying that they have a problem, that they're too radical, that they made mistakes. But everyone else here, they're all saying, no, we did fine in 2024, just racism and sexism. We gotta triple down. And they're gonna get crushed by an even wider margin. So at this point, I don't think Newsom can win a primary. Just for the simple fact that he's saying things to the progressive base, they're going to kill him on. They're going to say, you're a MAGA Republican, which is insane, and you're white, which is another reason I don't think he can win. He's a white guy. He's a white guy that I don't see winning a primary. This party cares so much about diversity and all that crap that they're going to probably pick AOC or Kamala Harris, which, if that actually happens where they pick Harris or whatever, it's clear this party is tripling down on the same crap, and they're going to get killed in 2028. So go ahead. You know what? Go right ahead. If this party refuses to adapt, go right ahead, run Kamala Harris or AOC in 28, and get absolutely wiped off the map. You're going to get killed in every single swing state. You're going to get killed in states like New Jersey, Minnesota, everywhere. It's going to be a bloodbath. Now, could Gavin Newsom win the primary? I guess it's possible. The only way is if everyone has a major scandal or something crazy like that happens. Or the Democrat Party, they finally realize that this isn't sustainable. The current party they got right now is going to die. So they might as well try someone different, but I don't think they're going to. I mean, guys, the leadership of the Democrat Party, they're deranged. I mean, when you have David Hogg and Malcolm Kenyatta running the show, you're screwed. You're not going to win jack shit. So, yeah, if you're a Democrat voter, good luck, because these are your picks. It's going to be someone on this list, more than likely. Could be someone not on the list, yeah, but my gut is telling me it's going to be someone like Harris. It's going to be someone like AOC. And at this point, I would not be shocked if Gavin Newsom's kicked out of the party. That's how deranged these people are. He says one thing they disagree with, and he's gone. That's probably what's going to happen. I would not be surprised. It's not a guarantee, but that's how radical this party has gotten. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.